Hey guys, Toys of Arkham here. Absolutely delighted today to be reviewing and showcasing this incredible diorama that is to 1/6 scale, and it is made by the incredible Glenn Page, a very talented guy and a good friend of mine, of Cult Creations is what he's more commonly known as. That's Cult Creations, and you'll find him on Instagram, and he's easily contactable. Now this is I suppose, a commissioned one-off piece. It is a monster diorama in terms of scale. I'll get the measurements for you now shortly, and you'll get a better idea, I suppose, in terms of the actual, I suppose, enormity of this piece. Now, those of you who are familiar with my Instagram page will know that I took an awful lot of my pictures using another diorama, which is of an alleyway, and that alleyway was also made by Glenn of Cult Creations, and he kindly made this one because it really matches my collection, which for the most part is Batman. And as you know, an awful lot of the Batman scenes are on the top of rooftops, be it from the original Batman, Keaton Batman, Batman Begins, my absolute favorite, or even the more recent Justice League. There are some scenes that you'll see on the top of rooftops. So, getting more closely into this, there's so much to cover here, guys, so just bear with me. Right at the base here, like, I can't imagine how much time and effort it took for Glenn to do this. But you'll see at the very bottom that there are windows, and obviously that is to create the illusion of this being the top of a roof. Now I have put a light at the very base that you'll see here, and that shines through the bottom, and that makes that illusion that there are lights on underneath, and obviously you can turn that off if you want. The bricks here are just incredible. How Glenn has managed to put that sort of paintwork into this to make it really look weathered and very, very realistic. It's incredible, and you can see the difference between the paint, between the brown, the greys, and then the white around the shutters. Makes it look like there's wooden panels here that have been painted white. I really can't describe very well with words how amazing this looks. Now, what Glenn did in respect of this diorama is he really wanted to go with that gothic look, which obviously matches the Batman theme, and he made these amazing gargoyles. So these gargoyles, I understand, were made by Glenn using a 3D sculpting technique that I'd imagine is a 3D printer, but just look at the incredible detail on these. And the paintwork as well. I mean, it obviously looks like stone and has that weathered look. It looks like it would have been perched up here for quite a while. And the great thing is that these are obviously removable. They're made of like a heavy styrofoam, so they won't break even if they fall. I'm not going to try that out for you, but just take my word on it. It's very sturdy. Like, this is quite big and heavy. It's really well made, and just this alone is incredible. But not only did Glenn, was he good enough to make that one and that one, but he also made these little ones. So this one here, as you can see, is quite a bit smaller, but doesn't in any way look less detailed. I mean, incredible detail. It's amazing the effort that went into this. And you know, these are, I suppose, accessories that are in the background of some pictures, and you wouldn't really think much of them, but in their own right, they're absolutely amazing. So these are, as I said, movable, so you can put them in different angles and different scenes. Sorry for the shoddy camera work there, but you can move these around, and obviously they really do match the scene, the whole gothic scene. So if we move back here, towards the back of the diorama, you'll see this is incredible. This is I suppose a chimney. I'll put this in the middle actually so you can see it better. Again, it's removable, so you can do whatever you want with this. So this is a replica of chimney pots, or just chimneys, I suppose, two of them side by side, chimney stacks, that's the word I'm looking for. And look what Glenn has done, so clever. He has made the foam look like it is billowing smoke out of the chimney stack, and that foam has actually little bits of paint shading on it, so it really gives that effect of smoke. And you can see then there's writing here on the side to, I suppose, be a replica of graffiti on the side of a wall, and that has mutants rule, and that's a little nod, I suppose, to the Dark Knight comic, or indeed the animated movie. And there are an awful lot of little Easter eggs on this as well, which I really love, and that was really clever of Glenn. So I'll just, again, looking at this in a little bit more detail before we move on. You can see just the paintwork. Look at that, it looks like real stone. And again, into the chimney shoots, it's incredible. And that can be moved around, so you can use that as a prop. Oh, look at this, another Easter egg, Nightwing, very cool. Yeah, excellent. So I'm going to put that to one side. So again, that'll, you know, it's there, but there's Arkham City Batman, and he's a big Batman. He's a big piece in terms of a 1/6 figure. And if we can just scale back here, you can see, look, he has a lot of room in here, an awful lot of room. So there's plenty of space. But I'll take him out just for a second. Now that barrel there, that actually is part of the alleyway diorama, and there are other things that Glenn was very kind to make with the other diorama that I can put in with this, such as this block, and I can put that in behind and have some standing and being a little bit more, you know, brooding over the side of the diorama itself. So it's really cool. Now I should say, this cityscape that you're seeing in the background, that landscape of the city, that actually came with a NECA diorama, an alleyway diorama that had this backdrop. So I thought it would be good to just put that on the side to make it look like the city in the background. So sorry about that blaring light in the background. But yeah, so moving on to this, away from the landscape, which isn't part really of the diorama. But look at this cool Ace Chemical sign, and Glenn actually put a light around it, which I can control with a button to put different settings on it. And obviously Ace Chemicals is heavily featured in Batman stories, so it's great to have that on the back of the wall. And then there's this sort of a air conditioning unit on the back, and look at the detail again on this is unbelievable. Like, Glenn really did not in any way, shape or form take the easy route on any of this. So we move down and look at that little poster, Live with Murray Franklin, a nod to the Joker movie. And look at this cool graffiti as well, and that is an Easter egg for the Court of Owls. Glenn, being a big Zack Snyder fan, of course, put in some really cool posters here of Superman, and then there's a nod to the new Batman movie with the Riddler question mark there, and then the ha-ha-has would indicate maybe Joker's gang has been up on this rooftop as well, and then another green question mark there, which is really cool. And then we come up around the side here, look at this, it's like the plaster has maybe come away. And again, there's incredible detail on that brickwork in the background, which flows on down to the bottom. And again, on the back of this door, there's this cool graffiti and posters, first of which being Arkham, a nod to the Arkham games, TOA, that's really cool. And look at this down the bottom. Who's that? Only Dean Knight's logo. And those of you who are into the 1/6 collecting, I mean, I'm sure you know who Dean Knight is. If you don't, check him out. His channel is the best bar none. And myself and Glenn would know Dean quite well. We're Patreons of his channel, and it's a real good nod to Dean to have that there, because that's how myself and Glenn would have become acquainted, through that channel. So that's really cool. I really like that. It has a lot of sentimental value. And this is a doorway, I suppose, at the very top of this alleyway. Sorry, not an alleyway, but at the top of the rooftop, that's the doorway into the building, maybe down to the staircase. But look at that. It has a light on the inside. So I'll just show you. I'll take this away. Again, it's removable, which creates more space if you wanted to, which is really cool. But on the inside, there is a little light, and I can literally turn that on and off, which is fantastic. And then at the top, it looks like it's been galvanized at the rooftop. And the great thing about this is as well, it's another place to perch a figure if you want to have him ready to attack on someone down at the bottom, perhaps. And again, moving up the back, a bat symbol. And then there's these, they're like a grated windows, like wire mesh across. And again, I just can't emphasize enough how incredible that detail is. It's unbelievable. But yeah, so I should really say as well, the dimensions of this. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, well, what's the scale? Well, it is 28 inches in width, so that's sort of quite wide, and it is 30 inches in height, which is, you know, not shy off what you'd get on a third scale prime 1 in height. And then the depth of it is 21 inches from front to back. And before I leave you guys, I should show you the base of it. So I don't know if the lighting is very good. We'll try. Now that's a bit better. So you can see, look at that. It's like that asphalt kind of surface, and it actually almost looks wet as well. I mean, I don't know how Glenn does this, but it just looks incredible. Like when you take photos of this, as opposed to just inserting some background from Google Images, when you use the real deal, the real stuff, I mean, it's totally different in photographs. And although it takes up a lot of space, I have to say it's well worth it. It just makes a display for your figures. It's incredible for photographs. There's so many benefits to this, and it's just about working with it and getting the angles right. And just to finish off, I just have to say thanks so much to Glenn Page. It's an amazing diorama. I am the proud owner of this. I know it is a one-off piece. It took Glenn many months to make. I am absolutely delighted with it. I've unfortunately a little less time than I would ideally like to use it, because I have 3 very young children. But as the months go on, I know I'll find more time to spend on this and taking more photographs with it. The effort that Glenn put into this is not lost on me. I hope it's not lost on you guys. I hope that you'll support Glenn going forward, because he is an incredible, I'll call him artist, because that really is what this is. It's art. It's a piece of art. I am so happy to own it, and I'm just gushing at this stage, but look, it is what it is. You guys can check my Instagram out. I'd appreciate if you could and would, and perhaps you would like to make some suggestions to me as to what figures or poses or scenes you'd like with this. I'd be absolutely delighted to do that, because sometimes I run out of ideas. I have a sizable 1/6 collection. I have nearly all of the Batman figures, so anything you can think of, please do suggest them to me. But yeah, so that's what I've done with this. It's in terms of setting it up with that little backdrop there, which makes that cityscape look that little bit bigger. Yeah, so that's the end of this. Thanks guys for checking this video out. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you'll subscribe, maybe you'll give it a like, and maybe you'll drop a comment. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.